Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my supper, I eat them for my lunch. And if I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once.
November 3rd is National Sandwich Day. Did you ever wonder where the word sandwich came from? Well, the story goes that it came from this guy, the Earl of Sandwich. The Earl of Sandwich was a gamer. Except in the 1700s, the game was cards. He loved gaming so much that he didn't want to leave the table to go to dinner, so he had the servant bring him his bread and his meat between two pieces of it. And the sandwich was born.
Happy birthday to you. Oh yeah, happy birthday to you. Hippo, hippo, hippo. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Lachlan, from Mrs. Denbour's class. Please stand for our land acknowledgement and O Canada.
We acknowledge that the land on which we are gathered is part of the traditional territory of the Chippewa, Odawa, Potawatomi, and Delaware nations. These indigenous nations, known as the Anishinaabeg and Lenape, agreed through their ancestral languages to the mutual sharing of the land with obligations and responsibilities to the environment. Today, these responsibilities and obligations extend to all peoples.
Today's treaty question. What is the name of this treaty belt? This is known as the dish with one spoon, where we promise to have only one dish among us. In it will be a beaver tail and no knife will be there, which means that we will all have equal share of the game roaming around in the hunting grounds and fields, and then everything will be peaceful among all of the people, and there will be no knife near our dish. Today's reflective question is, if I ruled the world, 3 public holidays I would create.
Our traditional territory agreements. We are learning to make our traditional territory agreement more meaningful by writing our own traditional territory agreements and making a commitment to the land and to the people that live on it.
acknowledge that the land that I live on belongs to the Chippewa, Odawa, Potawatomi, and the Delaware Nations. I am grateful for having a wonderful family that I live on this land with. The land gives me fresh water to drink. I will make a commitment to try not to litter and pollute the land. I will also make a commitment to share our words of the week with other people to spread the language of the Chippewa, Odawa, Potawatomi, and the Delaware Nations. I acknowledge that the land I live on used to belong to Chippewa, Odawa, Potawatomi, and Delaware Nations. I am grateful for land, animals, food, grain, and trees. The land has given me animals, food, houses, and water. A commitment I can make is to explain to my family and friends that this land that we live on today belongs to the First Nations, and we have to keep it nice for the next generation and to keep it nice to keep the world healthy. A commitment I can make to the land is that when you cut down a tree, to plant a new one.
I acknowledge this land belongs to the Chippewa, Odawa, Potawatomi, and Delaware Nations. I am grateful for materials to build houses and buildings. My commitment is to clean up all different types of litter. I will commit to sharing my Ojibwe words I learned. The land has given me vegetables and meat to eat.
I acknowledge that I live on the Chippewa, Odawa, Potawatomi, and Delaware Nations. I'm grateful for life, water, and food. I can take care of the land by cleaning up the water. One of the commitments I can make for the traditional territory is sharing the words to my family.
How can you make the Traditional Territory Agreement more meaningful to you and to your class? We look forward to hearing other classes' Traditional Territory Agreements in the future.